Just an open world where you just destroy everything, or if there's actually going to be a story behind this.
I think it is open world, but it should be. There should be some kind of story. I mean, odds are.
Odds are.
Well, Vinny, since you're
Odds
back in the
are.
hot seat, do you want to kick us off for Evolve? I think everyone's pretty speechless at
Oh my
Sunset
God.
Overdrive.
I'm glad I came in on Sunset Overdrive because that game I am incredibly hyped for. It looks awesome.
I was fucking crying. Okay.
It does look amazing, but
Yeah.
it just looks like kind of like a bit of a roller coaster-y. No pun intended with the roller coaster scene there. You know, just kind of like a theme park run around. I don't know. It looked like it could be fun.
Yeah. From Insomniac Studios, the guys that did Ratchet and Clank most notably, and then as of late they did Resistance, and the developers were really tired of doing washed out shooters. So they wanted to do something very, very new.
It was good. That was awesome.
So yeah,
It looks unique. It definitely it's a fresh idea or a fresh stylization. It looks different, so it's got that going for it.
Well, shall we do Evolve?
I'm ready.
We shall.
All right, hit it up.
God, I can't wait. I hope fucking. Evolve looks really good.
Now, this is more of a trailer, like a teaser trailer. There's plenty of gameplay out there, really, for all these AAA titles that we've seen.
I read the Game Informer article on this, and it is a fucking great concept. I'm glad that they're bringing this game mode back to light, you know? It's like a mutant or like something like that. It's really cool to see again.
I was just about to say, wasn't this made by the people from Left 4 Dead? And then it says it on the screen for me.
Yep.
That's a big bonus right there.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, I think I remember seeing something about this a few months ago. Yeah, the strong co-op elements.
Very strong.
Taking down some kind of large monster together at some point. Yeah.
And I guess the more the monster kills, the more it advances. It like actually evolves. And what's interesting is what I've seen from the Game Informer article when it first came out, and some more gameplay. The monster seems to change on what map you're on, and what we're seeing here is like almost like a Cthulhu type monster.
Yes, be the monster. I remember the thing I saw was about real strong emphasis on the co-op, but also that you could be the enemy, and kind of like the next evolution of the way Left 4 Dead is, because there's you got your classes and your characters will have different specializations and stuff, as opposed to just being different reskins of pretty much the same person.
Basically, from what I remember,
that looks great.
From what I remember in the Game Informer article, if you play the monster, you can eat the wildlife, and that'll make you evolve. And you have 3 levels of evolution, and basically you want to race to the 3rd one, so that way you're impossible to beat the 4 players. Or the 4 players want to kill the beast as soon as possible, and I believe they have something too where they can kill the wildlife and do something with that.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
The wildlife in the game is a very big interactive point in it, though. Like
it can kill
some of the things will attack both sides of this coin, and some of the things, like if the monster attacks him, I think, don't quote me on this, I think it gets special, like, abilities based on what it kills. I'm not quite sure on that one. But there are some points of the wildlife that will also, like, straight up just instantaneously kill. Like, I watched an 8-minute commentary on a match where this monster, was running away from some of the players, and one of the players walked into this sort of like small lake, and a fucking crocodile just up and ate one of the players, and the player was out for like 5 minutes or something like that. Like, the environment's a very big part of this game as well.
Evolve looks great though. I think coming from the Left 4 Dead team, shit, what's not to look forward to with that one.
Oh yeah.
I remember seeing, like I said, a video or review of preview of it at some point, and I wish I could remember more of it. The things you're saying are refreshing my memory, but it looks all around like it would be an amazing, fun co-op experience and competitive.
It scares me though, because I think that it's going to be strictly like just one multiplayer game, where it's not always going to be the same thing, but it's always going to just be 4 players versus 1 monster. There's not going to be a story like single
Well, if it's
player
got a
elements.
wide variety of maps and stuff, I mean, look at Left 4 Dead in a way. You could just say it's just these 4 guys always running against zombies, but you know, there's a lot of random elements and things never really shape up the same way in terms of what it throws at you. There could be a lot of replayability there, depending how it's handled.
There was some story behind it. I believe it's something, there was a team sent in, and then that team got wiped out, and so you're just the survivors trying to live.
No,
At
I'm
least
not saying there's not a story behind it. I'm saying there's going to be no campaign kind of thing.
Well,
I love multiplayer games, but I love having a campaign. One of the biggest downfalls I think in Titanfall right now is to play the campaign, you have to have 11 other people. You cannot play the campaign by yourself.
That's true, yeah. Well, that's usually a big emphasis in games these days.
You can lose
co-op.
You can lose a campaign match and still go on to the next story. That doesn't fucking work in a campaign. That's not a campaign. God.
Well, that's part of the overall dumbing down and casualization of games on some level. I still feel that it's got some potential there.
Yeah.
I wonder if it'll have some kind of equivalent to the director in Left 4 Dead, where it
that's
kind
what
of
I was
changes
getting
it
at,
up each time.
Yeah. That'll help mix it up.
Definitely.
And I can imagine with the environment being a very big part of the game that there would be a director AI that controls a lot of it.
I'm psyched for that one. That one's going on my list.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. It's still going to be on
Absolutely.
the list, but I hope there's a campaign that goes with it that isn't a multiplayer only thing.
Well, Dragon Age Inquisition.
Yep.
Now, this is what I'm psyched for because I'm a huge Dragon Age fan of all.
I haven't seen
all the old BioWare RPGs, Baldur's Gate and Planescape and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I've loved them all. So.
I haven't
Baldur's
seen
Gate
anything
especially.
about Inquisition yet, and I bought 2 last weekend specifically so I could play 2 before I get to Inquisition.
And 2 is not as well regarded as 1, but a lot of people are saying this one's going to redeem the series.
Mm-hmm.
Let's find out in this trailer. You guys ready?
Ready.
Good to go.
Yep.
Here we go. Of course, we won't find out in this trailer. We're gonna need to play the game first, but you know what I mean.
I've heard this has a degree of open world also, so that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
You see a lot
the
of
original
that
one was open world, but also still, like, you kind of had to go through things in a certain sequence.
Oh, yeah.
To some
There's a
extent.
narrative. Okay.
Of course there's a narrative. It's a Dragon Age game.
Right.
But yeah, a lot of these RPGs that they're showing up this year at E3, they're definitely embracing
That
more
looks
of
like
a
gameplay right
Dark
there.
Souls
Oh,
style. In that it's like kind of like not moving away from the classic Elder Scrolls first person, but going with a third person Dark Souls style of combat in their RPG elements.
Oh, now that's a little disappointing to me, because I like the party-based, top-down view kind of thing about Dragon Age and Baldur's Gate and stuff, but this still does look very interesting, stylized, and can't go wrong with the Dark Souls style of combat and action either.
Yeah, this looks kind of cool.
This does look cool, yeah. I mean, I like Dragon Age, so I mean, they probably can't go too wrong with me, but
I am hunted for the power I wield.
I just can't tell what's gameplay and what is not.
Well, if you see a character move into a model and that model shifts a little bit, it's gameplay.
Yeah.
I've noticed
This looks
that
like
happen
mostly gameplay.
Yeah, there's a lot of
I think
gameplay.
it is, yeah.
There's a couple of cinematic things, but there's a lot of gameplay.
This does
Oh,
look...
he cut him in the nuts.
Looks spectacular.
I just wonder if you'll still have party control. Wonder if they'll do it like Origins, where you actually could switch between like each individual character and
Yeah.
control them.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll just
I
be
didn't like
completely AI, follow you around, and
That's possible, yeah.
giving them tactic orders and stuff similar to the
I
original.
prefer the combat for 2 over 1.
Oh yeah.
It's a lot
Yeah.
more involved, yeah.
Although that's me though, but I prefer action games over RPGs, so I would naturally prefer where I control one character over controlling a party of characters.
I guess I could see where you're coming from there. I'd like to have a party, but I'd like to control the one character, but still have some measure of control over the party members in terms of the minimum stuff, like the equipment they're using and the tactics they use and so forth.
Kind of like
Mhm.
the original Mass Effect.
Yeah, it's amazing how much
Yeah.
they actually matched up with Mass Effect, because Mass Effect 1 and Dragon Age Origins were very RPG elemented, and then both of the 2s were more of the, well, Mass Effect was a cover-based shooter then, and Dragon Age went into this kind of like third-person action-adventure RPG.
Yeah,
So,
Looks good.
Witcher
it looks
3.
good.
Yes,
one,
all the
oof.
hype goes to The Witcher.
Shall we watch
Apparently.
the hype train?
Yes.
Yes.
Ready, boys.
Yep.
Mhm.
Let's do it.
Hope there's
Now
lots of sex and nudity.
Now, you know, I did watch a trailer for this before, and it looks pretty damn good. I read some stuff on it also, so... I haven't played the first 2, but it does look good.
Yeah, how they have 2 set up, you really don't need to play 1. But they say
They're a lot different too. One is very
Many.
more old school RPG. 2 is a little more of a actiony third-person
Of the world's
feel to it.
witchers, the ultimate killing machines. Among us, a legend. The one they call Geralt of Rivia. The White
Yeah,
Wolf.
this game was actually almost Microsoft exclusive, but I believe these guys are from Poland, the guys who
Yeah.
make this. And Xbox One is actually not even released in Poland, so they were just like, alright, well, screw that. We're going to release it for PS4 as well.
Yeah, Project Red CK.
Good for them, because I hate exclusives. It's just bullshit.
Me
to
too,
try
man.
to,
I'm with you. Keeping games from other people.
What then?
It just demonstrates where they're more concerned about sales than art, you know. And I know it's about money and stuff. It's just, I don't know. Well, this has some. Some of that was gameplay footage for sure, and that looked amazing. Wow.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
looking
there's-
to this one to kind of show us what like the next gen consoles can do, because it seemed impressive when I was reading the previews for it.
Every decision you make will bring
There's plenty of gameplay out here for out there for this game, and the gameplay is very impressive.
Yeah, this looks
Horseback combat looks great.
wow. Yeah, you can tell where it's actual gameplay here. It looks impressive.
Oh yeah.
Was that guy about to make out with that monster?
I swear that one monster had some kind of tentacle dick swinging around there for a
Yeah,
second.
that's what I'm saying.
Thumbs up.
Yeah, that
Oh,
looks
yeah.
very cool. I'll definitely
Whoa.
keep my eyes on that. Might have to go back and play 2 now.
The end. Ugh.
That's a great game. That'd be
I've,
definitely worth
yeah, I've
playing.
heard good things.
That looked awesome.
So, good positive info on The Witcher there.
All
Lots of
positive,
that
yeah, it
out
looks
there.
good.
Fucking, we got 2 Nile games coming up. This
I don't
next
know
one-
anything
Man.
about the Division.
The Division is an everybody game.
I'm not really into the Tom Clancy games too much, but I'll go into this with an open mind.
Just gonna say, before
5
we
minutes,
skip
though.
over to the Division, The Witcher. I haven't played any of them, but they all look awesome, and I wish I had.
The first one
a
looks kind of
console
dated
here.
now. It really does.
Yeah,
But
unfortunately.
it was fun. It had some. It was a
Did you
good
say
RPG.
it looks dated?
Yeah, well, it's older. I mean, it doesn't have any. The Witcher 2 was an unbelievable graphical enhancement above the first one, in my opinion.
I don't care about graphics.
Yeah,
Even
but
gameplay
even
wise,
some
though,
of the-
it's dated.
But even the
Yeah,
first one when it came out felt like it was already a game from several years earlier. It had a lot of depth and amazing atmosphere and many quests and open world and everything, but it
you
wasn't
look
that
up-
visually impressive.
Right, if you look up gameplay for it, Niall, you'll see exactly what we're talking about.
So it's Fable.
Hey
And is that-
now, you're a rock star who's on the
Whoa.
division and ready to go.
Yep.
Ugh.
Sorry,
Ready
we
to
don't have
go.
all night to talk about The Witcher. All right, guys, let's go.
Yep.
I wish we had all night to talk about The Witcher.
Wow,
Another
5-minute
podcast.
trailer. Goodness.
But yeah, the division. This is. I received a lot of hype last year, but more expanded gameplay. And these next two trailers from Ubisoft, these were actually taken from somewhat scripted, but mostly live events with actual players. So the girl you hear speaking, well, everyone you hear speaking are actually players. You know.
Oh God.
If this
Are
is
we in a
anything,
60s Las Vegas lounge or?
if this is anything like the trailer I initially saw from this game, I'm gonna be happy because
Yeah.
the first one was pretty cool looking.
Okay, I know where we are. I'm setting the waypoint to the base.
Dude, this
Check
looks
your
so awesome. Just look at like the clutter in the environment, the detail there.
Oh yeah.
That's very Watch Dogs-ish.
Nice
Looks
map.
like it's pretty close. Alright, follow me. It's this way.
Well, this
Yeah, this
looks
is
like an
like-
everyman's game. If it had the UPPG tactical flair to it, I see good things in the future.
And it's
Right.
definitely not a typical Tom Clancy game. Like it's not like Rainbow Six or Ghost Recon. It's
Yeah, I was kind of
post-apocalyptic,
wondering, were we
so-
going into like a kind of Splinter Cell kind of experience, stealth? What was it going to be?
Right.
I want to see what they
This
fight.
must have been the last train out.
People. They
Damn it.
fight people.
Damn it!
Looks like everybody.
Really reminding me a lot of Watch Dogs in some ways, and some of the mechanics or aesthetics here.
You know,
Ooh,
augmented
that's
reality.
Okay. Where's Bronson? Send him another invite.
All of a sudden, I'm getting a bit of a Metro vibe.
This must be where they were talking
Yeah,
about.
that-
Yeah, I
I
can
can
see
see
that. Sleeping on the job. Yeah, it's crazy. The graphics look good. Like this. Oh, look
Oh
at
yeah,
that. That's cool.
wonderful shadows and lighting. Wow.
Yeah, definitely.
Hey guys,
Looks very
Bro,
atmospheric
Chris.
as well.
Hey, Chris.
hey, scoping out the area up ahead.
Okay, we're
I
about
can't
to
wait to
unlock
play
my
this game
base.
on minimum
It's up here
settings.
on the right.
Yeah, I can't wait to have to wait to upgrade my computer to play it.
All your
Heads up.
Now, are those NPCs or players?
players.
Those guys over there.
Alright, so
I
what we got
believe.
here? The leads by the base and
Why
behind
would
the
they be
truck.
yelling
Marking
outside of
right
a
now.
building?
Okay,
though?
let's take these guys out first as quietly
Oh,
as
very
possible.
true.
Alright, I've
And
Tesla
it did
pulsed
say
up.
elite.
Alright, Ryan,
I
let's
mean,
change
this,
up our
this
skills.
does look like NPCs, yeah.
Yeah, no, these are probably. Yeah.
I'll pull aggro
Really, you
from,
feel like
left
some of the
here.
Watch Dogs kind of thing going on. I mean, I know
You
the
guys good
same
to go?
company,
Okay.
so it's just
Alright,
probably
here we
part
go.
of it, but
Yeah, probably.
Grabbing from the same engine. You know.
the hovering HUD stuff and the map and everything.
Alright, let's go.
Okay,
Not that
I'm
that's
moving right.
bad, or it's just reminding me
Find
of it.
cover, find cover. Ooh, watch out, watch out, watch out.
Holy crap.
There they are.
There's loads of them.
I can't get a shot. Try and hit them from the right.
Can't. I'm gonna switch my weapon.
Okay, I got you. I got
Watch
you.
it there, sunshine.
I'm moving up.
Yeah, this guy's taking some damage.
You know, unlike the previous 5-minute trailer, I'm surprised that it's almost done already. It's really been
I'm moving up.
interesting and keeping my
Great. Can you
my
mark
interest.
some of these guys?
Ryan's got
Yeah.
trouble.
I can't move
The
them.
game.
Who would
looks
do that
great.
in a combat
Yeah, I'm on
situation?
it. Light him up.
well. That's the speaking of a soldier right
Oh,
there.
God, look out.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. He's down. I'm
Do
pushing forward, I'm pushing forward.
Bronson, wait.
I'm down.
Hold on.
Let's go, revive me, let's go.
Oh, there's
Like
a guy right
when
behind
when he was blinded by the light, why wouldn't he get down? Why would he just stand there and be like, "Oh my God, my eyes"?
Casuals.
Alright, you're fine. Get up.
Okay.
That flamethrower, that's pretty fucking cool.
Oh yeah.
Get this guy on the left. Good. Okay, go, go. We gotta move up forward.
But what's the overall story here? It's like some kind of post-apocalyptic thing again, or?
Somebody do something.
Oh, Vinny.
Another country. Nothing like attack or anything.
Really hard to make you out again, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Good game, guys.
I read some stuff
Hey,
about it.
that was good. Welcome, guys.
Overall.
So this is the base of operations. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Wow.
Let's try to get medical.
That minigun would have tore that taxi apart.
Again, the voice of the experienced soldier. Maybe you should be a contributor
Military
or whatever,
advisor,
advisor to people who make games. Yeah. Now that guy would not just stand there after he was blinded.
No, seriously though, have you ever seen a rifle round go through the plastic compared to like actual metals of a car?
No, I can't say I have.
Okay. Just imagine a bullet hole on one side and a bullet hole on the other side. That's it.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, the next one is Rainbow Six: The Siege. This is set up the same way, kind of somewhat scripted, somewhat live, and yeah, same from Ubisoft. This is more of one hit, one kill. I think it's set up as a 5v5 deathmatch, and it's kind of more of a Counter-Strike hostage, and then someone has to breach in. So yeah, we'll start it
I
up.
heard-
Everyone ready?
I heard
Alrighty.
this game was a fucking showstopper.
I'm ready.
All right, start.
Let's go.
Yeah, I gotta say, in this game, the environmental damage is mind-blowing.
I really want to see a more an urban environment because they're in a house in this, and it looks great. But I want to see how like a building would react.
Yeah, I see where I mean, I'm sure there'll be all kinds of environments.
Who
They probably just
names
figured this was
themselves
a good one.
noodles? I'm just
How
kidding.
about
I'm just kidding.
liquid bacon?
I saw that too. Liquid bacon.
But yeah, I just want to see how dynamic how they would react with like concrete. You know what I mean, Jesse?
Right. Yeah, definitely. It seems like this was a really good level to just kind of show off the capabilities of the engine.
Oh yeah. A
And
vertical
the
slice.
facial, right, exactly. And the facial expressions on the hostage are mind-blowing. Like, it
Yeah.
looks so realistic.
That's what really caught my eye the most.
Oh, look at this.
Yeah, this is the first time I've been excited for a Rainbow Six game in a long time.
Yeah, I've not been a fan of any of them, but this does look interesting.
Yeah.
Shit, they saw me. Drone's out. Okay, I say we breach the garage.
I see what you mean. Yeah.
Defend it with a shitload of booby traps. I say we drop in the roof and breach the 3 second-floor windows. We all come in at once. What do you guys think?
Okay, yeah, that sounds good.
All right, let's vote for
Now, are these people playing?
All set.
Yeah, it's a somewhat scripted kind of interaction, but it is
Yeah.
actual like live gameplay.
I gotta say, the
Okay.
one thing that I hate the most about these demonstration videos is the scripted banter between
Yeah.
players. Like, I hate that. It's so
I know.
bad.
Yeah, that didn't feel natural. I thought it was
No, and
actually
they
part
tried
of
it-
the game somehow. In some
Right,
way.
they try to make it sound natural, but it's just like, guys, no. Like, you're not doing it.
It should have been.
You guys don't even know. I actually have said that. Hey, let's go to the roof.
Oh no!
I'm just
I
kidding.
really-
I'm
Yeah,
just kidding. I'm
but-
just kidding.
Said, like, raw
They need
fat.
voice actors to make it sound more natural. That sounded like they were reading a script.
Set up. And on 3.
It should have just been us yelling, "Alright, let's fucking go! Yeah, let's bust through this shit! Shoot, shoot, shoot!"
Good job, guys.
Yeah. Alright, I'll get her.
Okay.
This does
That's-
look cool. Like, if you had a solid team to coordinate with, it'd be a lot of fun.
But it's team versus team, huh?
Mhm.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, this is definitely us get into the competitive shooter scene.
Cutting out.
Watch out.
The
Is that wall
destruction is
damage
cool.
actually?
Yeah, it is.
Did that actually happen was that already there, or is that actually part of the engine?
That's all in engine. Yeah, it actually
Then that's
does that.
wow, that's impressive. Destructible environments. I've always been waiting for games to get more and more realistic in that regard.
Yeah, as
The
we
guy
hit the
that's
graphical
shooting.
limitations,
Oh, yeah,
that's
look at
what
that.
we're gonna start to see.
The guy that's shooting is a scrub, though.
That's where games need to evolve too, because we're getting to the point where things are practically photorealistic in some regards. I mean,
Yeah.
start to improve the physics and the destructible environments and the interactions and stuff.
AI also, just like work on
Yes.
things to just make the experience more fluid.
I see him. Okay.
This looks damn cool though.
Shoot that guy in the fucking head! What a scrub!
What
Like
a
a carrying a
fucking
TV.
shot.
Oh, shield. I thought he was carrying like a big plasma screen in front of him.
Alright, hang on, I got it.
What is this guy shooting at? What the hell?
Is he shooting a Nerf gun or something?
No, I think he doesn't know how to aim. That's the problem.
That as well. What the fuck?
Don't worry about it. Wait, listen.
I mean, this looks really cool. I mean, I have to say, this looks so awesome that I wish I were
Yeah.
playing it.
This is the kind of game that I would love to just like after the level's done or the mission's done to just like go through and look through the level like and all
Oh,
the
yeah.
destruction. That would be so cool.
Wrath, watch out.
And then you could have a game like Viscera Cleanup Detail where you rebuild it all and clean it up.
Yeah, that's great. That's
Viscera carpentry detail.
That's
Repair
I
this
can't believe
house.
you soldiers shooting the place up. Can't you be more careful? You know how much drywall it costs these days?
That's neat, how you slip under the door, but shit, this does look very scripted. It's a shame. I
I'm
feel
sure
like the
it is.
actual... It would not feel like this during playing it. That's my
Well,
impression.
it might. It might in some games, but some games might be not anywhere near as good. I mean, I guess they're
This
trying
is
to
like-
put their best foot forward, show you the best
Exactly.
potential of it.
Very true.
This is like if you had a professional teams going at it. Like this would, you know.
Alright, I gotta lay this thing covered.
Oh, I like that.
That is
the
a brilliant
drop
idea.
down.
Where is he?
Never mind, then hurry.
Clock's ticking, Dante. Ready when you are.
Okay. I'm gonna breach the ceiling. Just wait for my go.
Got it. Come on, Dante.
Breaching. Go, breach.
Just rain death from above. That's awesome.
I do like the way it shows the avatars at the top and keeps you appraised as the the current 3 versus 1. A neat
Why you
little
put the woman in
touch.
front of you? Dummy head.
Yeah, I did not know it was Rainbow Six Plusy to take human shields. That's new.
That is new, yeah, like...
Some really good hair effects on her.
It's impressive, yeah, it really is. And God, just look at that destruction shooting through the walls. Like, that's so good.
It would be so great if that last guy just grenades him or something like that.
And gets all 3 of them.
Yeah. Oh!
And then he rapes the hostage. Oh no! He just shot the hostage.
Wow.
I don't know about this
That
angled
was-
gun shooting stuff
Really?
though. It's a little weird.
Really?
That looks
Oh,
a lot
he
more
did!
promising than Patriots. I
It
gotta
seemed like
say.
that one guy was a hero, that one surviving bad terrorist or whatever.
Really? I am. That's script. That's script. Yo.
Yeah, but that still looks very, very interesting.
Very
potential.
cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
even with the scripting, very cool.
No, the game looked awesome. The script. Oh.
Script was awful.
Well,
I
but,
give
you know,
that a
it'll-
0.
It'll play differently every time, and it's still. I don't know. I know what you're saying, but they're always gonna do that when they're
Oh, yeah.
presenting their
Of
big
course,
trailer.
yeah.
They showed off very cool points, like the C4 blowing up through the ceiling instead of like just breaching the side of a wall. That's very neat. I get that they had to
Yes.
do certain things in order for that to be circumstantial. Like, I mean, obviously on our tier of gamers, like, would a team just stand in a room waiting for them to breach the room? Probably not. But either
Yeah.
way, it looks like a great game. Like,
And then, no, go ahead.
well, like Vinny said, I'd love to see more environments, the urban
That's- yeah.
environments, different
That's what I was
things
gonna
like
say.
that.
I'd
Just
like to see
Yeah,
how,
office buildings.
Right, like how you could blow, because like you're not gonna be able to blow through like every kind of wall like that. Like I want to see how they handle that kind of stuff.
Exactly, like certain maps will have like I'm sure that map, had some more size to it other than that building, or it didn't, and it was just supposed to be like, okay, you're not really safe no matter where you stand, kind of shit, because you could be shot
No.
through the wall.
It had to have, because they had they had the last player sitting in the house across the street providing support through a rifle.
Yeah,
That's true.
And then one of the terrorists jumped out, ran across the fucking street, took her out, and then ran back.
Very true. So I
Well,
mean,
I'd be
they
interested
could
to
be pretty
see-
big maps.
Like you were saying with the environments, I could picture like in an office building where you were saying about not being able to blow through certain walls, things like breaching elevator shafts and perhaps
yes.
scaling outside of the building and stuff like that,
That would be very, very cool.
Support would be cool too, calling in helicopters with missiles and stuff like that, all
User in
sorts
your
of
channel
cool
timed
stuff.
out.
Who dropped?
There goes Vinny
It had
again.
to be Vinny.
Oh,
Poor guy.
poor
Yeah,
Vinny.
he was getting a little robotic. I heard it.
He was our catalyst.
Is it his internet, or is that the basic
gotta be.
problem? It must be.
Well, we will keep chugging along here. Is everyone good to go on Valiant Hearts?
I
Yes.
am
I
good.
am.
My heart is full of anticipation.
Let's roll.
Let's do it.
Getting sick of this Polaris.
You want to know what
logo,
the best
though.
part about Valiant Heart is?
Yeah.
You want to know
What?
what's the
that?
best part about Valiant Heart? I won't have to see that fucking Polaris logo anymore.
Oh yeah.
Was it the last one that had it?
Should be.
There's another one coming up. There's a couple more.
Damn it!
Not immediately though. Oh, this is that game where you play as dog, I think, during World War One.
Oh.
Yup.
Oh. Cell shader, cell shade style. Huh?
Yep.
What the?
I remember our adventures, your friendship, and
Whatever. At least you're not playing as a little boy, you know. Like I'll give it some credit.
your twilight years. You came to fight.
Whoa, this looks pretty interesting, actually.
Mend your daughter's tears. Lucky Freddy, you were always fearless and with intent. I hope you have found peace with your letters that were never sent. Anna, my bravest of warriors across
This
the
looks very
Western
cool, but I
Front,
still want to see like an
shielding the
Arma-style
mountain
World War One game.
without firing a shot.
When Vinny was talking about this, that's what I had imagined until I heard him say you play as a dog.
If only
Interesting
you-
idea, or perhaps even going further back, like Napoleonic era or something. I mean, everything is so about modern stuff, tanks and everything. Lots
Yeah.
of like trench fighting, and although that can be kind of boring because it was just people sitting in trenches, and
It could, definitely.
every once in
I
a
mean,
while getting up and marching across and getting shot up.
Trench
I
Simulator
would even just play
2014.
that. Yeah, I would play that though. I'm a big fan of like boring realism, so I think I would enjoy that.
As Yahtzee Croshaw would say, dad games.
Yes, precisely.
Yeah,
games.
dad games.
Precisely.
Cool wallpaper there. The
Yeah, that
dog
looks
with the
cool. I mean,
graves.
Oh,
certainly looks interesting.
It's a new
Not doing a lot for me.
idea.
No.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
It's not just about the dog.
yeah, it's
No, I
definitely
think the
about
point
the
is-
people.
Yeah, it's the dog like seeing all these different people's stories. I'll keep an eye on it. I mean, it
Yeah.
doesn't seem like the kind of thing I would rush out to buy, but it looks interesting.
Yeah, it looks interesting. Definitely worth an eye watch at least, you know.
it'll probably be part of a
Yeah.
humble bundle at some point.
Yeah, eventually.
Probably. Looked like one that would very much so be one.
So entwined. Any thoughts before we start this one?
Twined. It's about a bird and a fish that are in love.
But can never be together.
Oh, that sounds unnatural. We should
It
have
is
laws. We should have
unnatural.
laws to prevent that sort of thing.
Yeah. Well,
I
they
thought
can
you
never be
made that
together.
up. I
No,
thought you
no,
made that up based on
I
the
did not make-
thumbnail, and then I read the first line.
No. I'm for traditional values, and I don't approve of such
Yeah,
heresy.
it
So-
kind of makes me sick. Honestly.
Well,
what you're,
if
what you're
you're
saying, Whip? What you're saying, Whip, is you're old.
If
I'm with him. I'm with him.
Well, I am, but I was being facetious, to be honest with you, if it wasn't obvious.
if you're not into intercourse,
I'm a very progressive-minded person about such things.
if you're not into intercourse, then you may like this game, as you just have to guide them both simultaneously over the course of 9 unique lifetimes on a journey to reunite their souls.
So they just have a kind of platonic love or
a
something?
platonic love.
Oh, okay. Well,
Let's check it out in this trailer, gentlemen.
Let's get entwined in the trailer.
Let's do it.
Wow, Sarah, you should definitely be like an advertisement, person.
I already am! UPPG, motherfuckers! Subscribe today!
And please subscribe to my channel.
And Whiplash and TomatoBroth.
Nice plug.
Unfortunately,
Yeah,
TomatoBroth isn't here to, explain some of this shit.
This was all his. He put all the work into these trailers, and the poor guy.
That's a shame.
I know, it's so sad, but this looks kind of cool.
No, yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
This looks like one of those games you'd pay like $1.50 on Xbox Live. And
So is
rage
this
quit.
co-op where two people play together, or is it a dual stick thing where you control both of them?
It's
a la,
probably
like
both.
That's a good
brothers.
question.
It's probably both.
It says guide them both simultaneously.
Okay, like brothers, kind of. That could be interesting.
They merge.
Like Voltron.
Yeah.
That's so doity.
Form flaming sword.
More like
No
flaming
traditional fish sex
birdfish.
in this game.
Has a nice artistic aesthetic again. So many
It-
of these do.
It was
Whoa,
aesthetically pleasing.
PlayStation. I haven't seen one of
PlayStation.
those in a while.
It was definitely aesthetically pleasing.
I don't know.
That it was.
I'd rather see that than if I had to see one of those "Oh, it's a perfect day" commercials
Yeah,
one more time. I may
seriously.
have wanted to rip my eyes out.
Yeah. Well, anything else to say about Entwined before we continue on?
I
Looks
still
beautiful,
disapprove.
not one I'm going to go out and buy.
I still disapprove of love between birds and fish. So.
Yeah. I'm a proponent of traditional fish sex. I don't like interbreeding,
Soon we'll have fucking fish flying all over the goddamn place.
That's what we need to avoid, Niall. That's what I work to avoid.
You're gonna walk outside and get slapped in the face by a fish, and you'll be like, "What the fuck? I'm nowhere near goddamn ocean."
Yep.
So,
Ugh.
Abuzu. Abzu.
Abzu.
Abzu. What's that little umlaut
There's an
or
accent
whatever
mark.
must
Yeah, I
mean
don't
something
know.
to it.
Abu?
I'm gonna call it Abza. Abza.
Well, let's find
Abzu.
out what the fuck's up with this in this trailer. So let's have at it, gentlemen.
What's in a name?
Go.
Simply
PlayStation.
a title. Yep, more PlayStation.
PlayStation.
Water, eh? To know water.
It's Echo the Dolphin.
Oh, that game needs a sequel. It's been too long. Get a petition going.
That's a giant squid.
There's probably a Kickstarter for it already.
Probably, yeah. You're probably right.
Very nice looking underwater environments, though. Wow.
Oh.
That gives a real sense of like depth and like huge open water area. Like
Punch it. Ah.
I've always gotten like a sense of fear. Oh, especially with these big whales. I
Punch
can
it.
imagine that being really like making you feel small in a large place. Is like it's a weird kind of feeling. Wish I could describe it.
A game like this needs Oculus support. Just from what you're saying, Whip. That's just what comes to mind. If they really wanted to capture that feel. A lot of artistic games this coming generation.
Well,
which
Vinny
is-
did make this list, so we shouldn't be surprised.
I disapprove.
Yeah, I think it looks interesting. I mean, I can't say by much because, there's probably a lot more to it than a minute 47 trailer.
There's so many of these we're looking at, and we're saying that they look interesting or not interesting, but they're only just giving us such a minimal little bit. It's I guess a lot of it comes down to the art style and what little you can kind of fathom of what the game might be like.
Yeah, it's basically like we can watch it and just see if the game immediately catches our interest or not, you know?
If
yeah,
you're a game
and
developer,
that one does for me.
If you're a game developer and you're relying on how beautiful your game looks to capture the attention of your target audience, I think you're doing it wrong.
Well, I
Oh,
see
fair
what you mean,
enough.
but there's only so much you can do to draw people in a 2-minute trailer. Like, would it be better to show them like an excerpt of gameplay out of context, or a video that kind of captures the theme of your game? And it's a hard question to answer, but a lot of these are definitely going more towards the theme side.
It's a short attention span culture, and people aren't going to want to watch like a 10-15 minute video that really wraps it up. You got to try to find a way to sum it up in a concise manner like that.
Which is why we choose the words interesting and fuck this shit. How about Grim Fandango?
I like that one.
Interesting, fuck this shit.
That's the first one that makes me regret not having a PS4 so far. So.
Well spoken, Whip. I mean, yeah, it definitely, some of these are selling me to the next gen thing. It's just, you know, I'm still waiting for that real meaty game that's gonna be like, get a PS4.
Yeah, I still don't. I just don't believe exclusivity crap, because so many things eventually make it. I could see that one making it to Steam eventually.
PC Master Race.
Sarah,
absolutely.
The only problem with what you just said was get a PS4 is Halo's never going to be on PS4.
Of course. Well, is everyone on Grim Fandango?
Yeah, this next one. Do we have any Grim Fandango players here?
I have no idea what the fuck Grim Fandango
I never played it, but I'm an old man from that era, so I saw gameplay of it, and it is widely regarded as one of those greatest point-and-click adventure classics of that era.
Yeah, for those who don't know, Grim Fandango was made by LucasArts in the mid-90s, I believe, and it was like it was a point-and-click adventure game, kind of like Day of the Tentacle, that kind of thing. So
and LucasArts was probably the best at making those types of games. And Grim Fandango was one of the best ones.
It was them and Sierra. And Sierra got really into the like live-action FMV point-and-click games, and then LucasArts went for more like the cartoony side of things, and it holds up a lot better these days.
Didn't Sierra also do You Don't Know Jack?
I couldn't tell you.
Good game.
I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure they did.
Gentlemen, Grim Fandango. Is there someone else looking at this guy's face?
Yes.
I've been doing it for like 2 minutes. Let's start this shit off.
Now.
Go.
Of all the thousands of letters we received, there was something kind of special and odd about this next one.
Good graphics. Holy cow, this guy looks real.
That's incredible.
Can it do miracles?
Cool looking game.
I'm only 12 years old.
I don't know though. I think they could do better on that font.
Came out.
That's pretty
bad. A lot of them are gone forever.
They're making it look
play a masterpiece. Like, for instance,
can I just say real quick, it's a travesty that Disney closed the original LucasArts studios, I think.
I agree with you, man. It really is.
As well. Anything you can do to bring great games, like one of Tim Schafer's, Back from the Dead. Sincerely,
this girl's
Sally
dad
T,
totally made her write letter.
Yeah, really.
Okay, so she was 12 at first, now she's 10.
He even said thinks I'm just trolling me.
Let's move that over. That's got knuckle hair. I think that's a 10 or 12-year-old. Let's pan it up a bit. That's not a 12-year-old's beard. Okay, bring it all the way up. That's Tim. Motherfucking Schafer.
It's Tim Schafer.
Okay, Sally. All right. We have some great news for you and the fans. After 15 years, Double Fine, in tandem with our third-party production team,
we're like 75% of the way through this.
Grim Fandango.
I mean, you don't need to see gameplay for this, really. Like, it's a point-and-click game. You know what you're getting into.
Yeah, I've seen some gameplay of it before.
It will be coming exclusively to both PS4 and PS Vita. Thanks to the relationship.
It needs to have good puzzles. One of the
Looks like
things with
it's something
those
to work,
old
Sally,
adventure
maybe something
games
little
was the
shades.
puzzles sometimes were just
Sally, Tim,
absolutely nonsensical. I mean,
Yeah.
you'd get something and you'd think you'd want to use it a certain way, and it would never be remotely logical. It's hard to explain.
Yeah, you end up just going through all your items and trying
Yeah.
them on everything because there's no way
Oh,
of
so I used the
knowing.
crowbar and the goldfish to open this door.
Yeah,
What?
exactly. I think that Telltale has done a really good job with getting past that in their, like, The Wolf Among Us and the Walking Dead games. Those are point and click, and they really do a good job of making the puzzles
Jurassic
more
Park.
sensical. Jurassic Park.
Yes.
Well, that's a bad game, but yeah. that
Why is
too.
it a bad game?
I don't know. I've never played it. It's by Telltale, but it got really, really piss poor reviews. I think Game
I
Informer
heard it
gave
was
like
awesome.
a 5. Really?
The Sam and Max ones, the new games seem like they're okay too.
Yeah, that's
So-
Telltale as well. I've heard those
Yeah.
are good.
So, going back to what Jesse said earlier and what I said, Sierra didn't do either of the two games that we mentioned.
What do you mean? Oh, you don't know Jack?
Yeah.
Sierra made like
I wouldn't have thought so.
Phantasmagoria.
Sierra
They
still they've been sucked into some other larger thing by this point, but they haven't been around as Sierra for decades.
Absorbed into
It's been a long
Activision
time.
Blizzard as of right now.
Yeah, that
I
makes
actually
sense.
have a copy of Phantasmagoria right here by Sierra, and it is 7 discs long.
Spyro the Dragon.
I will never
Crash
forget that
Bandicoot.
FMV era of gaming. It was weird. The acting was bad. I was kind of glad when things evolved away from that.
And I feel like they
Some of
used
them were
the fact
good,
that it was
but-
real. Yeah, they used the fact that it was like real people as an excuse to just make it like as gory and sexually oriented as possible. If Phantasmagoria is anything to go by.
And so much of it was like green screen, like in an era when that was like a really new technology, where it looked so obviously fake against the backgrounds, the lighting and everything. But
Gentlemen.
yes.
Let us get back on topic here with
Oh, yeah,
Far
we
Cry
probably should.
4. And then we're going to take a break after this one for our next 20, and then, there we go. So,
Alright, sounds good.
alright, so you guys ready to check out Far Cry 4?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Alright, let's watch it. 3, 2, 1, bro! Yes, I said bro.
Cool.
Pretty romantic.
Oh, this is another one of those freaking stage ones.
No, this will have gameplay.
Our goal with Far Cry is to create beautiful, exotic, and dangerous locations.
I hope it's a far cry from the previous games.
And let
Oh.
you create your own story. This year
Far
we're
Cry
Actually, I
celebrating
don't.
the
Far Cry
Vietnam
3 was
War
pretty.
veterans.
Yeah, Far Cry. I've always wanted to get
Countries
that.
soaked in secret
Looks
history,
pretty good.
filled with weaponized animals
3 and 1 were
ruled
good.
by an
2
eccentric
was hit or
empire.
miss, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Did he say weaponized animals?
Just for a minute, I'm forgetting. Is Far Cry the original one with the guy with the Hawaiian shirt?
Oh no, it might have. It was made by the people who made Crysis now.
Yeah, but the
Yeah.
big thing was he was a guy on like a jungle island. And he was wearing a Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the one.
I loved that game. That was a great game.
The first was excellent. Yeah, the second one was made by a different team though, and they kind of lost the way. But 3 was very good. I like that game a lot.
Although the first one got a little weird near the end, where you were fighting like these big, huge mutant
Yeah, it did.
monster. This is really amazing looking, but then again, Crisis people, that's what they're all about.
The Cry engine is
Crying.
This is actually made by Ubisoft. They, after Far Cry 1, Crytek sold the Far Cry property to Ubisoft, and they went on to make the Crysis game. So they're actually made by completely different people at this point.
Well, still the engine though is
Yeah.
quite amazing.
It really is. It's very impressive.
Yeah, I mean that same
Glad they're
sound
not.
there seems safe.
Yeah, seriously. I'm glad they're not recycling the same exact environment from 3. It looks like they're going for like the Himalayas. Kind of looks like. I don't know.
It
Yeah.
does.
Definitely more mountainous.
Yeah, for sure.
Kind of like the Pacific Northwest or something.
Yeah,
Grappling hook looks cool.
So let's go towards the sound of the explosion.
Hey man, it's Far Cry. That's what you
Let me
do.
hold my hands up in front of my face.
look at that crossbow.
Seems like I got a little low frame rate there for a moment during the smoke.
It did, yeah. It did.
That sounded like a beastly crossbow shot. Is that a 2-clip crossbow?
Looks like it.
Double barrel crossbow.
It is, yeah. He just did
Yeah.
it. Very cool.
He doesn't have to reload it.
The wizard. I don't know if you played the Far Cry games recently, but you have the wizard in all of them.
A wizard.
The wizard, yes.
Remember that first one just being about like some guy who was on vacation and got caught up in the actions with his Hawaiian shirts.
Yeah, when they did the console versions of the first one, you actually got to like become one of the monsters that you fight at the end of the first one. It was really cool. It was a lot of fun. It really gave like a really cool like Predator vibe to the gameplay.
Wow.
That was the quickest truck takeover I ever saw.
Right?
Oh, look at that rock slide. Holy oh shit! That's awesome.
Shit.
Oh boy.
They bring back the wingsuit. That's okay. I'm cool with that.
That's
Yeah,
one way
That
to
felt
like
a little James Bond.
It did.
Yeah, it did.
The wingsuit was one of the best bits of Far Cry 3, so this is cool.
The transition from when he was just scaling the rocks to this has been very fluid. It looks very
Look at
I
this
agree.
environment,
It's
the
big,
view
yeah.
distance, and that's
That
one
is
of the most impressive scenic. I mean, normally a lot of that would be fogged out or LOD popping in. That was quite a view.
I need some help.
Shoot the
taking this
elephant!
place
Shoot the
down.
elephant!
Herc, back
Now
Elephants
he's got to
are a
weaponize
danger,
it.
man.
He's got to weaponize the animals, guys. Just
second
wait.
player joins.
Oh,
Looks-
what?
He looks
That's
a little.
awesome.
He looks a little derpy.
He does. Looks like it does drop in, drop out co-op though. That's really cool.
Well, that's another thing these days that has become like another kind of meme or commonly jumped on bandwagon is co-op. You know,
Yeah.
All right, let's do this.
like you were saying before about Titanfall, it's just entirely co-op.
So I guess that's what they mean by weaponizing animals. You can like draw them into a fight. You could do that in 3 as well. I remember using tigers.
In the one trailer, though, I saw a guy riding an elephant.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
The gameplay looks really fast. That's what I'll say. It looks really, wow. Who's gonna tell me that fucking elephant survived that experience?
I was just about to say that.
Like,
That
his
elephant
head-
would be fucking dead.
I
His
don't
head
still
would
understand
blow
how they got the animals to engage. I missed that. How do you convince an elephant to fight for you?
Magic. Like Jesse said, you play a wizard.
Oh, now it all makes sense.
Well, any final thoughts on Far Cry 4?
It looks interesting.
I haven't really been a Far Cry person, and I'm probably missing out on something really awesome. It's not my thing.
I mean, you love your shooters. I mean,
I do like shooters, and I watched Rooster Teeth play the entire multiplayer campaign together.
User disconnected from
And
your channel.
well, I guess that was offensive to somebody.
There goes someone else.
That was what's his face? Jesse. And like the gameplay seems very similar to like Call of Duty single player, where enemies just pour in, you shoot a bunch of them, and then you go on.
I'd like to see it be more like what they had, which the original Far Cry had, but was more in Crisis, where you kind of stealthed up on compounds and zoomed in with your binoculars
That's
and
what it's like.
tagged people, and you could pick out where everyone was and plan your assault. I love that kind of open-ended, make your own way.
I think that's still probably integrated into the game. They just probably went for more of a...
Yeah, that looked like a kind of scripted action sequence again.
I wouldn't even
Dude.
say scripted per se. I would say it was just like very non-stealth oriented. Like that's if you just run and gun all the way. And it looked very fast. Like it was probably It was probably not scripted per se, but it was definitely like a path he ran down that had a bunch of events in order,
Well, I was incredibly impressed with when he came flying in the wingsuit into that valley with all the... That was just beautiful.
Yeah, that draw distance is impressive.
And I have to wonder again if that's going to be one of those things that it'll actually be like that in the final game or not. If the system will be able to handle it, or if that's some kind of pre-rendered cheating somehow or something.
I guess only time will tell. Well, guys, we will be cutting it there for this first half. Thank you both for joining me for this first segment here. I mean, we lost Vinny, and now Niles away,
I'm back.
but okay, well, here we go into the break segment.
Adios.
Stay tuned for part 2.
20 more to go.
20 more. Thank you all for watching.
Peace.